Peace and blessings, everybody. How y'all doing today? It's me, my Ken, aka Rogue Spiritual. So basically, I'm gonna keep this very PG because I'm keeping all the fucked up words to myself. So basically, how this how this video started is when I saw a video of a Christian rapper. Mind you, he happens to be Caucasian. He's showing up in O Block, and he's basically being co-signed by Hocus 45th. Okay, much props. And then you got Dee-1, who started this wave, and you know what? God used Dee-1 for as much as he can, and then he sent him to the Israeli Jesus, the wicked Jesus, okay? Because one, we all know over here in God's universe that Jesus himself comes from Palestine. So the Palestinian Jesus used Dee-1 as much as he could, as much as he knew how, and just sent him to the Israeli Jesus from the Catholic line. Now, when it came to the Caucasian rapper showing up on O Block, the Palestinian Jesus, the real Jesus, like, let it be known for the gate that he was gonna send him to the Israeli Jesus. Same thing with Bizzle. Okay? So this is what I so now that Dee-1 started a wave, it's like you Christians still don't get it. And mind you, I developed into a Christian rapper with the rest of y'all, so you Christians still don't get it. It's one thing that if this was just hip hop, I would have been more rational because I waved a lot of shit. However, this isn't my community that I grew up in, and you Christians still don't get it. As soon as you read a couple of words from the Bible, all of a sudden, you Dee-1, the Caucasian, and Bizzle develop a God complex. And it's like, you act like you've been outside all your life, all because you sold one bag of weed. Okay? Like, not even a queer would do that. You sold one bag of weed, all of a sudden you're active. That's why I don't understand. That's why I don't get about you Christians, nor would I ever respect about you Christians. Okay? So let's talk about the elephant in the room. How I saw the video of a white Christian rapper showing up in O Block. You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to be doing something. Co-signed by Hocus 45th, by the way. This is the thing. I grew up in the inner city as well, and the church was like 3 to 4 blocks away from me. Okay, and I went through phases. I went through regret. I went through feeling different. I went through being an atheist. All because I developed as I was born a hip hop otaku with pride. Okay? All the phases you could think of, all the regretful phases you could think of. Me being an atheist, this and this and that. And then during high school, I was literally an atheist for 4 years. And then maybe my third year or the beginning of my fourth year of high school, I realized that I couldn't shake God away from me. As God told me to start doubting the gangsters that I ran to. Okay? I literally ran to gangsters instead of God. All because I was born a hip hop otaku with pride. God understood my pain. And that type of heat I direct to my community where I grew up in because nothing positive came from a Catholic lie. The guys that take over, the guys that I'm touched by, they don't come from a Catholic lie. Okay? In fact, it's a whole different world. And I'm not, and no, don't ask me to announce them. That's all you need to know. The thing is, St. Michael and the rest of the guys that touched me told me that I couldn't shake God away from me. And he also said, Michael, you got to start down on these gangsters that you run to because they're not it. You know? My thing with this Caucasian Christian rapper is the fact that, like, okay, if niggas like the Caucasian Christian rapper Dee-1 and Bizzle are preaching the word of God. Mind you, I'm Christian along with them. I grew up in the inner city. I remember all the faces. I never forgot where I came from. All that, you know? And I'm still in the inner city, by the way. You Christians have so much of a God complex that you forget either where you come from or where you at. And I'd rather run the second theory. You forget where the fuck you at. Okay? Y'all fuck around. Y'all showing up on O Block, which is known to be more territorial than Harlem, uh, as a street said at this point, because I've never been to O Block. I can't really co-sign other than what O Block gives. You know? Y'all show up in O Block and all these notorious neighborhoods that is more territorial than Harlem, preaching the word of God and standing in front of the project lobbies as this niggas is supposed to respect you. You know? Mind you, if you know the rules of projects, which you probably don't because you were so ordained by the Israeli Jesus, if you really want niggas to respect you, you either out rap them in a cyph, a battle, or just straight knock them out. And neither Dee-1, Bizzle, or that Caucasian Christian rapper would or have done any of those three over for what they believe in. So it's like, okay, fine, the white Christian rapper. And if he was black or Latin, I would have said the same shit. Honestly, it really don't matter the color. It really don't matter your ethnicity. I am blind. Always been blind. Okay? So, like the Caucasian Christian rapper showing up in O Block. Like he's doing something, like he's proving something to the community. One thing about the inner city, either to Dee-1, to Bizzle, or to this Caucasian Christian rapper, we are about action. Okay? Preaching the word of God is not really gonna get you so far. I mean, it's so real that we pass by the Dopa Ricans preaching the Bible all the time. Mind you, they're preaching the word of God and they're looking for the next hit at the same time. You can find them on 3rd Ave, and we pass by them all the time and we dead disrespect them behind their back or 2 feet away from their face. So honestly, to you Christian rappers, which you really get me annoyed, y'all forget where y'all at. Okay? Like, listen, I'm 37 years old and I've been in the vigilante business since 2020 when God started taking over again. Okay? Being a vigilante, fighting for the black and LGBT community is a thankless job. Okay? It's a thankless job. I can't just preach the word of God without actions behind it. And to Bizzle, to Dee-1, and to that Caucasian Christian rapper, y'all are so second testamented that y'all forget about the first testament. And the only time y'all remember the first testament is when it's a black person, an LGBT member, or woman. That's the only time y'all choose to remember the first testament. You're not the only one that's first testamented, because I am first testamented all the time. And for you three having a God complex, just preaching a word with no actions to follow suit, God is going to spin the block twice on y'all. And everything you do will be reversed back to you in the name of the real Jesus Christ from Palestine. In the name of St. Michael. All of those guys that touched me. If you want a nigga like me and a nigga like the people you trying to reach, which is the criminal community, the hip hop community, if you want niggas like me or the hip hop community, whether it be a criminal or a nigga with a 9 to 5, anybody in the inner city, if you want a niggas like me or the rest of the inner city to respect you, you have to come down to the old school with us. Either out rap us in a cyph or a battle, or knock us the fuck out. Because I'm seriously getting sick of you Christian rappers. And I've honestly been sick of my own community since the universe came to me, since I was brought into this universe. I got sick of my community quick. How you preach a good fight. Y'all just as bad as these conscious rappers that I discovered. Y'all just as bad as these 5%ers. Y'all preach a good fight. And then when it's time for action, y'all run. Y'all say pray. Okay, prayer is not going to help all the time. As God tells every last one of you, you got to help yourself. Thank you.